So you've been at this for weeks. What started out as a passion project, a centerpiece for your army, or maybe a commission, now just feels like a job. You look at your painting desk and the row of paints that you have standing and the ever so judging gray plastic, and you just can't get yourself to pick up the brush. I get it. Sometimes it's like that for me as well. Recently, I was struck by it and the joy of it was just sucked out. But I think I found a cure. And it's not new paints. It's not a new fancy airbrush. And it's not some kind of new technique that I heard about on the interwebs. It's this little guy. That's right, this little weirdo. And today I'm going to show you that painting something, no rules, no pressure, and nobody to please but yourself is the way of getting your mojo back. Let's go. Recently, I dove into this mindset hard when painting 2 entries for Roman Lapat's Beyond Your Imagination 2. I know it's a challenge, or a competition if you like to call it that. But that said, the essence of it is so creative and fun that I feel no pressure to perform whatsoever. These pieces weren't about like technical perfection. They were about like being creative, thinking up some crazy idea and executing on it. More about telling a story and painting what I felt like. First entry, Voices in the Void. This idea came to me early when I heard about the challenge. The idea of an actual astronaut having 2 of these cute comical astronauts on his shoulders. 1 angel and 1 devil whispering in his ears. I looked all over the interwebs to see if I could find any astronaut bust that I thought would be fitting, but I couldn't find any. So in the end, I embraced the creative side of the hobby, and I made one myself. Here are some whip pictures. I clipped the head of an academic bust that I had lying around, and then went to town with plastic cards and a lot of different bits from a lot of different kits I can't name. The first version of the bust had this, I just chromed the dome of the helmet, like the glass. That was the initial idea anyways, and it looked kind of cool in hand. It was really hard to sell the effect in pictures, and I felt like it was flat. It really lacked soul. So what I did instead, I took inspiration from Roman's Window to the Star series, where he paints this amazing nebulas and galaxies seen by the astronauts through a window. And I used the same kind of effect on the visor of the helmet. And this was the result. Second entry, I Can See the Sun. This was a fast one. I had the idea during the day at my regular job, and I just sketched it out on paper, and I got to working when I got home. And just made it in one setting. The backdrop is painted on a Warhammer base, and I used a lot of airbrush work, like some masking, and then went in with brush to brighten up things and getting some textures with sponges and stuff. I think painting backdrops is hard, but I had this idea that I wanted to run with, and I think in the end, the intent shows. At least I hope, even if it's not the best painted backdrop in the world. Hope you like it. I got 2 more entries on the way, and I haven't had this much fun painting in a long while. Now, if you're curious about jumping into the challenge yourself, you'll find everything you need to know on Roman Lapat's webpage. There you will find a full brief, guidelines, and deadlines, and inspiration. As for the minis, the little dreamy astronaut, you can get them as STLs over on Roman's Etsy, or you can buy them printed over on Honorguard's Etsy. I bought mine printed. I'll put all the links down below in the description. They come in a few poses, intentionally very simple and clean, so that you can, they're basically a clean slate, a canvas for you to imagine up all crazy stuff that they're meant for. You can let your imagination go wild. Of course, I also wanted to show you guys all the other amazing little astronauts floating around out there on the interwebs. And of course, Roman's contributions as well. All of them are amazing. Look at this.
I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite snack, I won't say it out loud. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of weird that I got. Your songs stuck in my head, it's on repeat. The awkward
These challenges are a perfect excuse to break your routine and remind yourself why you fell in love with this hobby in the first place. And the best part? You don't need a contrast to do this. You can grab a random mini. You can go abstract. Like, try something that you've never tried before. There is no right or wrong here. Just try something different. Break the rhythm. Find yourself your own goofy project. And remind yourself that while getting better at something is great, and like getting something really, really nice done and put on the gaming table or in the cabinet, it's about having fun. That's the whole point of it. That's why we're doing this. We are having fun. So a project like this has to do with release, like releasing the pressure, and be brave enough to step out of your comfort zone. So if you've been stuck in a grind lately, do yourself a favor and pick up this kind of crazy, artsy palette cleanser, even if it's weird and makes no sense, especially if it makes no sense, because sometimes that's where the best ideas come from. If you want to see more about my entries for Beyond Your Imagination, or if you're curious about whips for the next 2 projects that I have coming up, be sure to subscribe and drop a like. And let me know in the comments, what is the weirdest, most freeing mini that you ever painted? Until next time, peace!